Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite products for fall. I'm just really excited for the season, so I'm going to get into different stuff. I have a lot of palette favorites, and then I also have a lot of favorites that I think would be good for travel. I know there are like a lot of occasions to travel in fall. Maybe you're traveling for Thanksgiving or something, so I'll do like separate little categories. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy this and just keep watching. First up, I'm going to talk about my favorite lipstick for fall, which is what I'm wearing right now, and that is the Tarteist Lip Paint in Front Row. This is it's faded a little bit on my lips right now because I did just eat and I didn't like reapply it or anything, but I mean, as you can tell, like it's still on there very well. And like it doesn't really have like a ring or anything around it. I got these when Sephora had them half off for the weekly wow deal that they've been doing now. So I picked a few of them up because they were only $11 then, and like I swatched it in store and like it wasn't coming off of my hand at all. So I was like, wow, this stays on really good. And I actually like just removed a swatch of a more vibrant color from my shirt that I was wearing that day. So that's not it's not great for the clothes. It lasts longer on your clothes than it does on your lips, but it does still last long on your lips and it lasts really well. And it's a nice fall color. My favorite blush for fall, this is just like a single blush. I'm going to mention a blush palette later, but this is the Milani Berry Amore. It's um it's it's like a deeper, like dusty sort of rose color. I guess kind of berry, but to me, I don't know, it looks more rose. I love these Milani blushes. Milani's my favorite brand. Definitely my favorite drugstore brand. I think just my favorite brand, like, all around. I've never tried their foundation or anything. But anyway, I really love, like, most of their products. And this is just, like, a great fall color. If you still love Milani, and, like, I know they have a lot of options that are a little bit more glowy and summery, but this is a great option for the fall. But if you don't really mind using this and maybe not reapplying all the time, or I used it with the NYX glitter primer the other day and it lasted pretty well. So if you were going to do something like that and use some extra steps, this would maybe work a little bit better. But I still think it is a great overall fall palette, whether you are traveling or not. Favorite highlight seems like a weird like thing to like think of like a seasonal specific highlight. They're like highlights that you would wear in the summer, but like this is one I would wear like any time of year, but I think like I'm gonna wear it a lot in the fall, and that is this Pixie Aspinover. Is how it looks on here. I'm not totally sure if that's how you say her name. I'll put like before a lot of people are talking about this, and that's why I bought it. But this is the color London Luster, and it's just like such a nice like glowy like look at that like, and I feel like this color goes with anything, but I think it'll look especially good with like fall, like, more berry toned colors, and it's gonna pop a lot. And I think this is what I'm gonna use a lot in the fall and winter months. So I have two just eyeshadow palette picks for fall, and it is the iconic New York collection from Laura Geller, and it is in the shade Downtown Cool. So if you're into like a cool tone smoky look, like this is a great palette. Like you could even do like a warm tone look in here. There's so many options that like you could get with this little palette. This would be great for travel also. I traveled with this before. It's a really great palette. I haven't been reaching for it as much lately, but like now that it's like fall, I'm like I feel more inspired to use this, and it's a very nice palette. This is a great quality of eyeshadow. I know Emily Noel 83 recently did a video on palette or products she loves so much that she wants them in every color. This is kind of like a great formula, and I kind of feel like that with this. It's like what I want the warm Downtown Chic, I think is the palette name, and that has the warm rose gold tone shadows. And then if you want like a warmer look or an all matte look, you gotta get this. This is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I would say that they should just call this the Thanksgiving palette because like this is like a Thanksgiving look. Like this I remember last year like on Thanksgiving I was like so excited to use it. And I don't know. I love it, and especially for fall, it's really good. If you would rather make your own fall palette, this is my recommendation. This is a nice sturdy palette. This is an empty palette by Tarte, and they have the cheapest one that they have. I don't think this particular design is available anymore, but they have a camouflage print one that is, I believe, $10. They also have like a leopard print one that's $17, and they're really handy. They come with a giant mirror and a lot of space to put a lot of shadows, which is what I did. And these are all mostly Makeup Geek and some ColourPop shadows that I think are better for fall. There are a lot of the Makeup Geek foiled shadows right there. I have a lot of the matte shadows from both ColourPop and Makeup Geek. And then I have a couple of the duochrome shades, like right here, which I love. And this is the CoverGirl blush in Soft Mink, and this is the Ofra You Glow Girl highlight. And I put those in there also because those are great colors for fall. Those are great everyday colors, so they'll go with anything. And if I were to travel for Thanksgiving, which I'm not going to do, but this would be very useful, and the palette's very sturdy, and I really love the array of colors. I have a blog post where I have swatches and names of all of these shadows, so I will link that down below. And I really like them. Yeah, I would highly recommend. If you want to get Makeup Geek, I would recommend getting it on a sale or in bundles. I'm getting into a lot of the other palettes that I have in here. I have a couple different kinds of palettes, and some that are really good for if you are traveling. The NARS Studio Cheek Palette. So this I got during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I did just do a review on this, which I'll link below. And I didn't give it the best review ever because I don't think that this is quite NARS quality. But for fall, I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of these two blushes, and then I'll probably end up using the other products a lot more, specifically because I am reaching for those two so often in the fall and I have the hiccups. This is really great for the fall. It's not the best quality palette. I wouldn't recommend paying full price for it. I would maybe recommend getting it with Ulta points, but it's a good palette, and I'm going to reach for it a lot in the fall. The next palette you could definitely use all year round. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Palette. I don't reach for this a ton, but I've brought it back out for the fall because, like, you can tell, like, the shades up here are very, like, fall friendly. And then you could also mix it and make, like, a really nice vampy shade. And if you wanted to do like lip art or something, especially like for Halloween, that would be really cool to like use this palette and do that with. It's very messy. If I wanted to use this today for the look that I did because I thought it would be nice to have a demo of it, but I'm wearing a white shirt, and like this usually gets like on my hands and stuff, and I've had a lot of bad luck lately with makeup products getting on my clothes. So I didn't want to do that. That would also be good if you were traveling and you were going away for like a long time. You have an array of lipsticks. Just the only problem with it is that it isn't very like I wouldn't recommend putting this in your purse or carrying it with you like everywhere you go, and it would be very difficult to reapply the lipsticks after that. But if you don't really mind using this and maybe not reapplying all the time, or I used it with the NYX glitter primer the other day and it lasted pretty well. So if you were going to do something like that and use some extra steps, this would maybe work a little bit better. But I still think it is a great overall fall palette, whether you are traveling or not. Alright, so these last two palettes I'm going to mention are great because they're both from the drugstore. They're both around $20, I believe. And they're both all-in-one palettes, and they have like very versatile fall colors. So this, I should just say what it is. This is the NYX Butt Naked Underneath It All palette. I think that's so funny that they named a palette like the Butt Naked palette. but it isn't very naked at all. Like there's like a green in there. Like these are earthy tones, but they're not necessarily naked tones. I wouldn't really call it that. So that's kind of like a funny name to me. But anyway, it's a lot of colors. They're great for fall. I don't know if you can quite see how vibrant they are in this video, and I'm trying not to show you like all my messy stuff in the background. But you can get like a lot of like nice looks if you're traveling over Thanksgiving. This is great. And then it has all of these nice fall blushes and 3 highlights underneath. So great for travel, great for everyday fall use. You can get some smoky looks out of this, some neutral looks, some colorful looks. It's a good palette for that. And the other one that's kind of the all-in-one palette is this Ulta Melissa Michelle palette. And this comes with like all these shades, which I think are just going to be so pretty for the season. Like this blush, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's very neutral when you put it on the cheeks. This isn't what I have on today. I have the NARS palette on today, so I don't know why I'm gesturing, but like this is such a pretty blush and a highlight, and it even comes with its own little lipstick in the palette too. So that's like, and the lipsticks are really nice, long wearing fall color. So this is great overall as well, and it's from the drugstore. You just pick it up at Ulta. Yeah. So those are all of my fall makeup picks. I hope you guys enjoyed this or found this useful. And subscribe if you would like to. Check out my links in the description, which I will try to remember to link. Yeah, check out my other videos if you're interested in any of these products. But I'll see you guys later, and bye.